filling my mind with these images, yeah. And it's the way that you look at me, makes me feel like I can't breathe. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right. Oh no, it ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right. Oh no, you're calling my phone. I'm being patient, but I'm all alone. Staying faithful, and I'll never know when you're coming back around. 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 You've got me all in my feelings, like I could die without you next to me. It's the way that you look at me, makes me feel like I can't breathe. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right. Oh no, it ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right. Oh no. You're calling my phone. I'm being patient, but I'm all alone. Staying faithful, and I'll never know when you're coming back around. When you're coming back around, makes me feel like I can't breathe. It ain't right. I can't breathe. It ain't right. When you're coming back around. When you're coming back city lights, wasted nights, driving down the 101 into the wild. 6 a.m. never tired. We just keep on going until we die. Take my hand and baby, we till tomorrow comes. We can run till tomorrow. Love me slowly, yeah, 'cause we're still young. Baby, we can run till tomorrow comes. tides are high, you can't keep pushing. It's getting harder to breathe when the people crowd around your space. Know you were safe with me when the storms of us start pouring and you've got a lot to lose. My heart will keep on falling for you. I'll carry on and take the weight for you. When the storms of us start pouring and you've got a lot to lose, my heart will keep on falling for you. I'll carry on and take the weight for you.
welcome everyone here tonight as we are live right here at Silverstone. That's right. The Prime Grid Racing Group is back, and they are badder than ever. Get ready to do this one once again. We do have a newcomer to this league. It is by the name of Zachary Crabtree. He's ready to rock and roll and throw it in there and seeing how he stacks against these guys. Ben Madden, of course, he's been racing for a while with this group. He's been doing a fantastic job, but in case anybody's wondering, this is season 9 of these guys, and they have definitely brought some serious heat. Now, season 1, when these guys started, Frankie Barroso came out swinging, and he swung for the fences, won season 1. Of course, then James Langvin, I actually won 2 in a row. Then Jesse Erdman, Taylor Toller, Leon Flukiger, Sebastian Moreno, and then season 8 came along. Taylor Toller claimed it again for his second title. He is expected to be here, I hope, again here tonight, as the title is on the line. The points are great, and in ordinary fashion, you don't show, you don't get points. No points, no show, no points. That's generally how it goes. Some of them might get a provisional, but I'm not so sure they should, since if they don't show, they should maybe check their calendar a little better. Just saying, it's how it works in the name of racing. Points equals championships. And if you want that championship with these guys, you have to name of the game as points equal attendance. But now that we're past that, let's go into tonight's race info. Brought to you by the Blackout Racing Network. And we'll give you a rundown of tonight's session and what we can expect here tonight. This is week 2 here at Prime Grid Racing's Grand Prix Series. And in ordinary deal here, we'll just kind of change something up that I just noticed. There we go. It is the Silverstone circuit. This track is 3.6 miles around, has been arranged 7 ways in every way possible to maximize all forms of racing here, as they do race GT3s, GTs, you name it. They probably even race a little bit of everything. You know what? NASCAR Cup Series next. Going to Silverstone. That's what I'm talking about. NASCAR, if you're watching, appreciate the idea. It's some royalties my way for it. It's bringing such a big event to Great Britain when that one happens. Track temp is at 105 degrees, is located in Silverstone, England. This is the Arena Grand Prix setup, so your normal Formula 1 setup. My loving wife is in the booth with me once again, being feisty as ever, just saying. Sometimes she gets abusive. Ow! See, that's what I'm talking about. She smacks me all the time here, live on stream. But current weather is 70 degrees, partly cloudy, 4-mile-an-hour winds. What could possibly go wrong? Normal fashion here. Hot track. What can we expect? That's right. The banana peel it's here. It's here at Silverstone. Donkey Kong arrived early, and he's going to town with the banana peels right now. I think he's up to at least 8. At least, bare minimum 8. What could possibly go wrong there? As he sometimes shows up, just starts tossing around like a madman. There you see Ben Madden. He's all the way here from Australia, along with Doug Ward. I believe he's out of Texas. Let's bring Dougie boy up here. He's going to have a brief word. Let's see what his thoughts are about tonight's race.
Oh,
Mr. Doug Ward.
As the laps go on. And just, I don't know, patience, letting the car do what it needs to, not trying too hard and going way off, because there's a lot of corners here that maybe you feel like you could squeeze just a little bit more out of it, take the corner a little faster, but it's just not going to work. You got to know how much to give it at the corners.
Hey, I got a question. I'm working on something for Perry here tonight. What's the deal for a
Oh.
21 gun salute? What's the actual song name?
That's a very good question that I don't know the answer to.
If anyone happens to know that answer, but you know what? I think I know another way. Ah, that's what it is. It's 21 Good Salute and Honor Guard. I'm working on something.
Sounds like it.
Yes.
And
But, you
I'm
know,
sure Perry will be very appreciative of it.
maybe you can help me do this one for the
Ladies and gentlemen,
certain somebody in the stands. You know, you're good with words, aren't you?
Not particularly. I wouldn't say so.
Well, let's see if I can do this one in a proper fashion here. Just recently, driver Brandon Perry had something very tragic happen to him.
the fire
That
party is low.
Was absolutely, a lot of people could not go through what he has gone through. Our thoughts and prayers go out to a veteran, a Marine man. I believe he was a gunner in the U.S. Marines. Stephen Perry, the father of Brandon Perry, and his sisters, and I believe he has a brother too, Doug. Not sure exactly.
You've known him longer than I have. You would know better.
But Brandon Perry, if you're watching, this one will be for you here once I get my stuff hidden out of the way. I've been waiting. I've been trying to come up with a proper way to do a really good thing for Brandon Perry.
My body truly grew
Oh,
weaning over the trim.
okay. So there we go. I'm still working on this thing, getting this all back to normal here. Okay, there we go. This one is going to be for you, Perry, once I get everything set up properly.
And the bugler is here on our left. Y'all please stand for military honors.
Rest in peace, Stephen Perry. On behalf of the Blackout Racing Network, my wife, and everybody involved with this league. Thoughts and prayers go out to the Perry family of a veteran, and I believe he might have been in some stuff in his past. So thoughts and prayers go out to the Perry family at this time. I do appreciate checking in on that one and paying attention as a new one for me. As soon as we heard the tragic news, that is why we had the 2-week deal. And when Brandon Perry gets in here, I'm sure he will have a couple words for his father here soon. And Doug, how was that?
Absolutely great. Incredible gesture to him and his family, I would say.
Exactly. It might not have been the actual Marine one because I couldn't find the Marines. As the Marines might be a little bit more secretive than the U.S. Army is, but it was the Military Honor Guard. I do know that one. So, thank you, Doug. Hopefully you're ready to rock and roll here. So it looks like you're dialed in at this point. And thank you for coming on board and helping me with that for Brandon Perry, as our thoughts and everything, everybody's thoughts and prayers went out to that family. And I'll see what you can do later on.
Yeah.
Remind the guys that I do interviews.
Yeah, sure thing.
Thank you. Brandon, Doug Ward is currently trying to get that logged in there. For everybody out there listening, hopefully you enjoyed the stream so far. As I try to do my best work under the gun a little bit. For everyone watching, if you like what you see, you want to see more of these guys race, you know what? Hit that like button, hit that sub button. These guys go live every Monday night. If you want to get involved with them, you want to go and you want to run with one of the best Formula One leagues out there. Here's what you got to do. You got to look them up on iRacing. You will also need a certain little Discord here that I'm trying to get, but apparently it does not want to be nice to me. But you look them up on Facebook or Instagram, I believe, or X. They are in there. Look them up, Prime Grid Racing, and you will have some fun with pretty fun drivers, I do say. I have raced with them myself. Didn't do so hot. But they are ripping and roaring here at Silverstone. I am going to go ahead and get another thing out of the way. Is we still have to do the national anthem here. As we all know, it is not an official event until we do the national anthem. And there it is. So please get on your feet for the British National Anthem, brought to you by the National Anthem Band. are back here at the network, and I tell you what, these drivers are starting to look a little bit good. It's looking like we're starting to see more drivers get signed in. We're currently up to 6 guys ready to throw down. It will be an official race at this point per league rules, as 6 is required to do it. So all points will count here tonight. And still waiting for guys to get signed into the Discord or whatever for a little bit more driver interviews if I can. But that is how it goes here, is drivers are just getting signed in, getting logged in, whatever, getting updated. Who knows? But if they're able to log in, then guess what? You can still get in the chat. Just saying, I do it all the time. What can we expect to see here? This track is incredibly high speed, and it is incredibly technical. If you miss a break point, you miss one little glitch, it is game over. And, oh, we do have Jesse Ehrman here. Let's hear from him. Jesse! Jesse? Hello?
Yeah, I got you. You got me.
Yes, I do. About time you guys start showing up. Anyway, you're here tonight. It's Silverstone. It's technical. It's fast. What are you going to have to do tonight to maybe accomplish a victory here tonight?
You know, I'm I'm not sure. I haven't been on the track at all in a couple weeks, and I haven't really driven this car on this track, but I've driven this track a long time, but I don't know. We'll see. I know this track is usually kind of hell on tires, at least the heat of the tires, so I know it's always a little bit better to back it off a bit.
All right. Well, hopefully the experience pays off, and
yeah,
hopefully it works out for you.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, man. Good luck, and you can tell Perry he can show up at any time.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
So Jesse Ehrman, everybody, driver of the number 45 here tonight. He is ready to go, I think. Maybe. Who knows? Guy's got to show up. I cannot stress it enough when it comes to sim racing. Seat time equals pace. And pace equals wins. Or just doing a lot better than you would have if you just drive and drive. So some of these guys are out there, they're ripping lap after lap. You could very well see them up at the top contention here tonight. Ben Madden, Doug Ward. Ben Madden, of course, looking for a championship. Same with Doug Ward. Doug Ward has shown so much improvement, in fact, over the time here, that it has been amazing to see how he has progressed as a driver on the stream all this time he's been here, as a lot of drivers will let you know. We are moments away from, because practice is going to end here very shortly, here in about less than 5 minutes. I'm kind of hoping Brandon Perry actually gets his butt into Discord. Just saying, these guys don't think about the end of the broadcasting time. Probably don't really worry about the interview part too much. But I'm trying to run a show here. These guys really need to really just get with the program, I feel like. And thank you for that, Purple Polar Bear. It took me a long and hard time for me to come up with the idea of how I can properly do that one. So that is the first time I've ever done really anything like that from the military aspect of things, as that is really hard. It weighs on me too, of how to honor veterans the proper way and the way they should be honored, rather than doing like what they probably would have did in the old days. So yes, that was very hard decision for me to make on how to do that one. I have a few people coming down in here. They're just getting ready for qualifying, trying to maximize the line. Newcomer Zachary Crabtree still sitting in the pit. I don't know what his deal is. If you want to get some practice in, that'd be great. But let's bring up Brandon Perry here. Have a word on behalf of his father. Brandon Perry.
What's up, Brandon Smith?
As you know, I put up a huge military tribute for your dad. The good old 21 gun salute. You know, if I know your dad would be proud of it. I'm pretty sure he would be anyway. Any last words about for your father, I should say?
Well, I mean, yeah, I definitely appreciate the tribute. I was watching when you posted that, so I definitely appreciate that from me and my family. Definitely out here tonight, racing with a heavy heart. And that's, like you said, while we've had the 2 weeks off, was just, unfortunately and sadly the passing of my father. But, we're back here as a racing family, and I received a lot of love and support from the racing community over the 2 weeks that I really appreciate and really felt the love, probably the most love I felt from the racing community over all these years. So I do appreciate that, and I know my family does. And so, yeah, tough to be out here, to be honest. I think my mind will be elsewhere at times, but I'm back here, trying to have some fun and try to lead this great league that we've got going. But yeah, I'd be lying if I told you, my whole mind was on it tonight. I'm definitely, half here and half not. But we'll get out there. We'll try to, help put on a show and get some racing. Maybe some side-by-side action will actually help me out, make me feel a little better. But no, definitely appreciate you, Brandon Smith, and appreciate the, sim community from PGR, BRL, and YCD, all kind of having my back during this very dark time in life. And, yeah, we'll get out here and try to, like I said, anything I pretty much do going forward is going to be to honor my mom and dad. So we'll just try to do that tonight.
Well, and I do have, before your dad comes back and, slaps me from the grave, what was his rank in the military?
So he was a master gunnery sergeant in the United States Marine Corps.
I was so messed up on that. I'm sorry, fans. I messed up. He was not a gunnery sergeant. He was a mastery gunnery sergeant. My bad, Steven. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right, man. It's a next step up. And, some people don't know all those rankings and stuff like that. But, yeah, Master Guns was the nickname that a lot of people would call him. But, yeah, he was a master gunnery sergeant in the good old United States Marine Corps.
There it was. And you will be seeing the 21 Bad Fast and Faster Than Ever coming up in the Xfinity Series, the Cup Series, with a brand new look done by none other than your own Smith Creations. I did very well, I must say.
Yeah, no, excited to have a couple of paints, in the Cup Series and Xfinity Series to be able to honor him. And like I said, anything we do going forward, we'd be looking to honor both my parents. So, without them, we wouldn't even have this league. Prime Grid Racing wouldn't be here. They were a huge, reason for, backing me starting the league and, supporting me starting the league. And I've always been huge fans and supporters of what we were doing here. So, yeah, without them, none of this would be possible. So we'll go out here and try to put on a show tonight.
And that's right. That's why Blackout Motorsports is coming up with a bigger and badder event in honor of Brandon Perry's family, of which I will be announcing that in a later on date. Sorry,
nice.
Perry.
I like it.
You don't have a choice in this one. You're gonna help me with it.
Nice.
Good luck. I had to put you on the spot, buddy. But you guys are qualified, dude. Good luck.
All right. Thanks, Brandon Smith.
Thanks. So Brandon Perry getting ready to throw it down. He's got some qualifying to do here. He can't sit here in the booth the whole night. I mean, he could, but as long as he keeps quiet. Here tonight, these guys are in qualifying right now. They are going to be doing a 20-minute qualifying. 20 minutes to find out who's the fastest on the track. Now, we are seeing some pretty good talent here tonight. Doug Ward obviously showing some good pace. He's getting warmed up. Zachary Crabtree, we have not seen him come out. We haven't seen if he's coming out swinging or he's going to come out just kind of putting it on its lid like I did. But then we also have the crazy fast Taylor Toller here tonight. The man is always on, and he is got, 2 titles to say so, including a 3rd title in Cup Series with this group. So he is no slouch when it comes to racing. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to handle it. And of course, you got Jesse Erdman and Brandon Perry, the OGs, along with Ben Madden, one of the OGs himself, coming out here. They're going to come out swinging to see who's going to be on pole here tonight. So stay tuned after this brief message from the network as we get ready to go to qualifying and hopefully see some pretty good racing. And we are back here, and we're starting to see guys start to get the times clocked in now. Right on pole is Ben Madden. Then we got Doug Ward. We do have Zach Crabtree, Taylor Toller, Jesse Erdman, Brandon Perry, all starting to clock in some times here. Tarcisio Carvalho has just arrived to the scene. The Brazilian madman. He's straight out of Brazil. He is here to make a stand as he is very, very fast when he needs to be. So what a night drivers are going to undergo something very quick. Now, 136.657 is very quick here at Silverstone. It is it's a blistering pace. What he's going to have to do to keep that under control is he's going to have to just focus, concentrate, hit the brake points. Don't get distracted by some of the crowd that might be waving flags for you. They're standing up in the air, holding your name in the air. You don't want to be looking in the crowd. You want to be paying attention to your brake points here. You want to be watching what you're doing at all times, watching the brake inputs, how you're going onto the throttle, how you're just doing everything. And can it be done? Yeah, you can come up with an amazing win here at Silverstone. And I believe that there's a few drivers here that know exactly how to do that. Brandon Perry, of course, a little bit distracted tonight. He is one of those to keep an eye on. He can get a top 5 if he wants. If he has a chance to, he's going to pull a top 5. Zachary Crabtree, got to be getting nervous. First night out there, debut night for him. Nerves could be settling in. He's got on the top 5 to start. He did post a lap time, but his pace was a 1:42.05, which with this group, it's going to be tough to get there, but with the seat time, you will learn the machine. I promise you that. It is all a matter of the seat time. You can't just go, it's kind of like jumping in a go-kart. You're not going to jump in a go-kart and start ripping the fastest lap amongst all the drivers. No, you're going to have to put some time in. You got to put in the work. You got to pay your dues, as a few drivers out there have with this league, and it's showing. Jesse Erdman, this league started on the F1 game. He knows Silverstone. He knows this track. But does he know the car? I doubt it. It is the late 2000s model of Formula One. The Williams FW31, in fact, which was based around the 2007 to 2009 F1. So it's kind of paying homage to some of the older F1 championships out there. So Tarcísio's out there. He's getting a feel for the track during quali. Will he be back into it be at pace come race time? Absolutely. Now, last week, this group did travel to Spain. Taylor Toller did get a win. Silverstone is up for grabs. Who's going to grab it? Who knows? Jesse Urban has provisional pole. Taylor Toller, of course, 0.280 off that pace. Ben Madden right behind that with Doug Ward. Brandon Perry, Tarcísio Carvalho are trying to put in a lap here. They're just going to have to rip it. Now, with open qualifying, Zachary Crabtree's deal could have been placed by having to slow down for another oncoming, somebody on what's called a flying lap. The flying lap is critical because that's when you're at speed. Anything gets in your way, hang on, because the choo-choo train's coming through, and you don't want to be in the way with what it does with these machines. You will be on your lid very quick, or flying through the air. One of the two. It looks like an airplane. It sounds like a screaming demon. And that's what the late 2000s were about. Bigger motors, higher horsepower, and absolutely no DRS. So this could get extra interesting depending on what happens. See guys start to get a feel for it. You don't want to go off track though. You got to watch the off track. That could have definitely affected your qualifying run. Did you see Brandon Perry starting to maybe get a feel for it? as he hasn't yet to place a time here. So Crabtree got knocked out of qualifying, but Tarcisio Carvalho puts down a heater, 135.843. Ripping it here at Silverstone. Toller is going to try and catch him there along with Jesse Erdman. Brandon Perry looks like he's finally a little bit of a slip with it. He's trying to get on it. He's doing a pretty good job at just staying on it, staying with it. Does he finally get a flying lap in? We'd like to see where he comes out on that one. Slag lap time did not count. But he's in the, oh, nope, he's in the S's. So that means he's got 2 front stretches here. It will throw me off. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. We probably need the lap. Track map. There we go. There's the track map of where these guys are at. Can Brandon Perry post a time? Devin Chase got here. There's 8 cars here now. And Brandon Perry did go up into 6th place as Devin Chase gets here. There's the 8th driver stepping to the grid. So it should be pretty interesting seeing how this pans out here tonight. As the point separation could tighten up if any of the top 2, so if Carvalho or Erdman post a really good deal where they get to grab a win here tonight, that could be a pretty solid finish. But they also got one thing to remember, and that is the strat. Tire strat here tonight is going to be very difficult. They do have to come in. They do need to change tires. As that could shake a little bit of things up. It was next season for these guys, though, when it comes to season 10, they will be stepping back into the W12. And that's right. Modern Grand Prix. Go back to the W12, not the W13 because it's not very good. But drivers that are still working on this one, they got just over 6 minutes remaining in qualifying. Carvalho has top shelf. Stay tuned after this brief break from the network. So we are back here once again. Watch the qualifying just really get heated up, and Taylor Toller goes and grabs that top shelf in front of Carvalho. 0.368 the gap there. All the top guys are within 3-4 seconds of one another. Of course, Zachary Crabtree did not have the best qualifying run, but it is certainly doable from where he has to start, considering mistakes will happen. And when the mistakes happen, that is where you have to capitalize. What do? You need to take advantage of every little thing. And if there's a slip of a tire, an off track, something, you have to be there to capitalize. And if these drivers aren't able to do that, they may not find the success they're looking for here. We do have under 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. So shout out to all the fans out there. My wife Jenna, if she happens to be watching, she is the CEO. She's the social media director here, and my loving wife. At least I hope she loves me anyway. I didn't have to deal with mine the time, but she's kind of giving me a dirty look. I'm going to probably get slapped again. But no, she's one of the people behind the scenes that doesn't get enough credit, so shout her out. Shout out to Prime Grid Racing for bringing me on for another wonderful season. This one's going to be hopefully a barn burner by the end of it. And shout out to all the fans out there. Without you guys, I would not be doing this. However, there's a nice little tip button there that does help the network out and also shows some appreciation towards me, as I like to really keep this one going as long as possible. So there's a tip line there. If you want to hit that link, you can definitely send a tip my way. I greatly appreciate it. For everybody else out there watching, hope you're enjoying the show. We have less than 2 minutes, less than a minute left to grid here of qualifying. Don't go anywhere. Qualifying is finished up here at Silverstone as these guys get ready to get loud here. They're going to hit that magical button on their gas pedal that makes them get really, really super loud at nearly 16,000 RPMs. Just saying. And they are screaming around this track right now. They are clocking in some serious pace. Even for these ones without the DRS. No extras. It is straight car out of these things. If you might have heard my wife in the background, she is right here, smacking me in the head as always. As we got Taylor Toller on provisional pole still, Tarcísio Carvalho pulling off, Ben Madden pulling off. Qualifying is over. Taylor Toller will be taking pole here tonight as we get ready to go to tonight's grid very shortly. There's Carvalho's just testing out some of the grass, mowing the lawn, I should say. He's mowing the lawn, mowing the lawn, mowing the lawn. Now he's mowing the concrete, mowing the concrete, mowing the concrete. Now he's going to be mowing. Now he's going to go back to mowing the lawn. He's going to have to come up with some new stuff. So here we go. Qualifying is over. And we'll be to the grid very shortly. As my wife Jenna's definitely feisty tonight. If we had some behind the scenes footage, that would be one that would be for the fans as she was sticking her tongue out. You might have heard her in the background, who knows. Very shortly, though, we will be green flag here and flying as soon as the rest of it permits. There it goes. Taylor Toller on pole, Jesse Erdman right alongside him. Then we got Tarcisio Carvalho and Ben Madden in row 2. Row 3 will be Doug Ward and Brandon Perry, followed by Zachary Crabtree and Devin Chase. Drivers are getting set now.
Everybody, welcome back.
Oh my goodness, I did not even realize that.
Welcome back. Like I said, Monday night GP series got 36 laps tonight. Must make one.
There we go. We got that all settled. Go there, and all right, here we go. The grid is set. The stage is set. The drivers are ready to throw it in. Let's get ready to go green. The lights are up. 3, 4, 5. It's lights out here at Silverstone. Look at them light it up as they get into turn number 1 here. And there they go. We're watching this one. We're going to watch up in the front. Taylor Toller gets out early. Tarsis Carvalho. Erdman under pressure from Doug Ward. Erdman tries the inside. He's got the inside line on Carvalho. They got to be careful there at this point, though. And you got Doug Ward back behind him. We got Ben Madden. Madden battling with Brandon Perry. Brandon Perry taking the inside line. No, can't get it done. Toller, Carvalho, Erdman. Doug Ward back here, Ben Madden, Brandon Perry, Devin Chase, battling that one out. Zach Crabtree kind of losing out. He's in the back here. Just getting a feel for the machine, I think. Might be new to it. You got Carvalho and Erdman still battling this one out for the second place spot, but Doug Ward getting his nose in. He's in this fight too. There's a 0.4 separation between them. As they are trying to develop some serious speed. Doug Ward tries the inside, looks, and he can't get in there. Back here, Ben Madden is starting to pull away from Brandon Perry. Perry trying to apply some pressure. As it looks like Devin Chase is starting to get his nose in there. Devin Chase looking to make a move on Brandon Perry. Perry's not going to give this one up. Chase going a lot wide, losing out a lot of time. We got Brandon Perry and Devin Chase battling it out with Ben Madden. Ben Madden, now he's going to be in trouble. Perry's coming in here. Perry's looking to give a deal here. Can't quite get the inside line. That opened up the door for him by Devin Chase. Chase is looking behind and can't quite get that move to stick. Meanwhile, the front guys have spread up, but look at this. Carvalho has caught the leader. Taylor Toller is under pressure from Tarcisio Carvalho. Carvalho is going to look to maybe try to grab an inside line on him or something. Got to maybe perform the switchback on him. Carvalho goes to the inside. Is he going to go in the long way? Is he going to do? No, he does not. Can't quite get there. Carvalho, this is for the lead. These guys are putting on a show right now up front, as they are not going to give up at all. But as that's happening, Jesse Urban's like, keep battling, boys. I'm waiting. As Carvalho goes to the inside line, tries to get it going on Toller. Toller just maintaining a line is going to be his best defense here. Carvalho goes for the exit, can't quite get it, and loses out a little bit on him, but regains it right back. Carvalho right there, dangerous driving here at the front. Carvalho has the inside or outside. Goes for the switchback, can't quite get that done. And Carvalho goes to pressure him on the high side. No. Man, what a show at the front. These guys are, oh my goodness, I'm starting to sweat here at the booth. As Carvalho inside, oh my, big hit up the front. Toller hard into the wall. VSC.
Two cars though, Smith?
Two cars, Carvalho and Toller at the wall.
All right, I'll trust you.
Yep.
Yellow.
Yellow flag is going to fly as Carvalho, somewhat risky business on that one. Toller hard into the wall. Big time damage to his Williams machine. Tarcisio Carvalho, Jesse Erdman, Doug Ward, Ben Madden find themselves up at the front. Of course, that incident will be reviewed, but until then, let's go take a look and see exactly what happened on this one here. So we're going to go into the slow motion far chase cam here once I find what I need here. So there is Carvalho sneaking in there. I don't know if he's seen the deal, but there was a lot of moves to try and block this one, but not too drastic. There was not really too big of an aggressive block. Carvalho goes for the inside move, clips the rear of Toller. Toller, nothing he could do on that one. Toller at that point is just gone. If you carried a lot of speed in that turn, hard into the wall, rear is busted up, damaged. He's not really going to get it off the wall too easy. And a huge hit there as Toller's having to really limp this thing back. It is not going, just undrivable at that point. So we are back to the grid here. Carvalho's going to lead the way here. Pace car lights are up here in Silverstone for the first time here tonight. Don't go anywhere as we're going to crank on the tunes, jam out a bit, and wait for this thing to go green flag once again. All right, we are set. The pace car lights are off. Drivers are still making their way around, as we can see right here. They got a long ways to go. Don't worry. We'll still be here. As it's not going to take them too long. But we're waiting for the flag at any moment. Some of this, obviously, that one that we just seen will be reviewed at the end of the night, as it is definitely reviewable. As this one was a hard one to see. I mean, it was a big hit. As these guys will swing for the fences at times. As we're coming down to it, we got 31 laps of this remaining. As it looks to be, Taylor Toller is out of tonight's race. Packed it up, sent it to the hauler. He's going to be at the next one. Can't be too happy about that one, as it's a tough go of it here at Silverstone for him. You see these guys rounding around some of the corners here. Remember, Carvalho can go at any time, and he's going now. Game on as they get to it. Jesse Erdman applying pressure to Carvalho early, and oh my goodness, contact, and the wing disappeared, reappeared. Who knows what happened there? It might have been back case of net code. We have a bunch of cars everywhere. It's chaos here, as we have chaos in the back. Crabtree, Ward is all the way in the back. Perry, Devin Chase, Ben Madden. Chase makes the move stick, lights him up. Chase is off track. Perry's going to go through. Ward's going to go through. What just happened here? I have no clue. Somebody tell me what's going on here. Urban has got pressure from Madden. Madden's going to aim to catch him. Perry is in the fourth place spot. He is flying with Doug Ward. But back behind, Devin Chase lit him up. He had smoke. He just there's no doubt about it. He's probably got a flat spot or two on that tire. The tires in front of that thing, as he came to that turn red hot, just like his car. Of course, now they're starting to apply some pressure. Chase looks to make a move. Can't decide where he wants to make it. Chase makes the inside move, gets the stick. A little bit too wide. Chase goes wide. Ward comes around, tries to do it the long way here. No, can't make it happen. Brandon Perry's like, keep battling, guys. I got this. Go. Keep battling. Carvalho, Erdman, Madden, and Perry with Devin Chase, our top 5. Ward and Crabtree are still on it, though. Crabtree is starting to grab some pace, though, I think. I think he's still waking up. He's going to get the pace, I promise. He's working on it. Carvalho, though, is flying. He is out front. He's got a 2-second lead over Jesse Erdman. And, of course, you got Ben Madden, Brandon Perry in here. Oh, my. And one mistake just cost Carvalho 2 positions. Erdman, and I can't even take my eyes off this thing for 2 seconds off the battle. So Carvalho made a mistake somewhere. We can go back to that if these guys are all spread out now, which they're not. So Jesse Erdman and here's the battle. Ben Madden trying to shoot for the fences. He is going for the win. Can he get there? I don't know if he can, to be honest. It's going to be tough. What he does have to remember is how to keep the brake points in check. And how to keep those tire temps down. As some of these guys could be seeing tire wear fall off right about now, actually. We got 29 to go, so they've already completed a few laps. Oh my, Doug Ward suddenly got really slow there. The front guys are absolutely flying. Now, when the pit stops happen, that is where the test of skill really happens, because you definitely are going to have to plan out your pit stop accordingly. Do you go for an undercut? Do you go a little bit longer stint? How do you plan this one out? It's hard to say. But now that it's kind of spread out, and it was spread out, Carvalho going for the pass on Madden. Madden not letting him have an inch here. Madden is right on it. He's just keeping him out in front here. Is Madden going to give him anything? No. You got to earn every position here, and that is why this is one of the toughest motorsports there is. Of course, if the car gets wrecked, oh boy, that's where the fun happens, because there's no real repair after that one. We're sitting here watching this one. Carvalho has applied a lot of pressure to Madden. Madden not really giving it to him. Takes it, holds it off, going in defense on the long way. Madden with an amazing defense here. Man, what defense here. Carvalho goes for the inside. Can't quite make it happen. Madden, of course. It goes Erdman, Madden, Carvalho. And Carvalho in the sector 1 is faster, and sector 3 is faster, but slower in sector 2 and sector 4, I believe. And this time around, he's actually slower in sector 3 than Ben Madden. So Madden steadily builds that gap back up again, as there's less than a second between the leaders here. Brandon Perry, of course, facing off against Devin Chase. So you got red and blue here. It's the Halo squad. Just saying, if you know Halo, you know red and blue teams. Just saying, team blue, team red, let me know which one you are. I was commonly on team red, but I always supported team blue. Mostly because I was not very good at Halo, so therefore it'd be helping the Blues points a lot. So I was their helpful team member. Doug Ward and Zach Crabtree is still hanging this one out. Not the pace we expected out of them, as this one is shaping up to be a true barn burner at the end of the night. Erdman, of course, in heavy defense. Ben Madden. Oh my goodness, this is a 3-car battle for the lead. Erdman, Madden, and Carvalho all within a second of one another. This front 3 has heated, it just warmed up. Just saying, this stuff is very interesting to see sometimes. just kind of checking in on the chat. You know, yeah. Purple Polar Bear, quote for Polar Bear. Glad to see you in the chat. Yes, I'm interested to find out what happens after review. Going to the next week. Ben Madden, of course. Oh, Madden with a big shot. No, loses out, overbreaks it, and loses the position. Carvalho takes full advantage. And now Madden might be in trouble as he might have just cooked the tires. Not sure exactly, but it looks like he lost a lot of time there, about 2 seconds, in fact. He tried to go into defense there, and it just kind of backfired, it looked like. No damage on it, so he's doing okay there. But Brandon Perry and Devin Chase know he cooked them. So now those two speed up. In fact, Brandon Perry kind of amped it up a little bit. He's steadily closing the gap on. It kind of increases, decreases as the session goes on. Now Carvalho applying pressure to Jesse Erdman. Erdman not going to let him have it. Not yet, anyway. Of course, we're seeing some great moves, great attempts at the good old late break. Or, Daniel Ricardo, if you're watching, check it out, hit that sub button. I greatly appreciate it. Huge supporter of what you do, buddy. Huge fan of when you were racing for Red Bull and going forward and went to Renault, McLaren. You let me down by not sticking into racing. Just saying, you should have stuck with it. Not become a Ford ambassador. Just saying, I think you should have stuck to racing and went to supercars. Erdman has actually now started to pull a gap on Carvalho. Carvalho looks like he might have a little bit of, he's locking him up a little bit. So I'm wondering if it's not a little bit of a tire issue coming out of that number 7 machine. Of course, Ben Madden right behind. Zachary Crabtree off track. It looks like he's fine, though. It looks like no damage. Just a little off track. It happens. Erdman and Carvalho still battling it out. Ben Madden right in there. Now, what can I tell you? They're going to have to cook it and book it here. Brandon Perry's trying to catch him, but now in the same amount of time, he's losing out on the tire grip. That grip on the tires, which could essentially affect how it is. There we go. A little bit of a different look at it. Kind of a fast-paced look of it here. Yes, I went to some new stuff here. So there's the gyro cam here, brought to you by the network. You see Brandon Perry still ripping some laps here. Not a whole lot of wear on the front tires here. Carvalho, and then of course you got Ben Madden, who might be considered the pit here. Now, surprisingly enough, Jesse Erdman did go into the pits. Erdman did go in for a pit. And it's extended time. It is definitely extended time for Erdman as 44 seconds is what the time was. So 44.97. So these guys can expect to lose about 45 seconds out of the pit. Carvalho, Madden, Perry, Chase, Ward, and Erdman with 25 to go. Now Erdman is going to try and maybe gain some positions here. However, once the pit stops happen, everything will reset, which could be pretty interesting as it will reset where everybody's standing at after their pit stop. Carvalho, Madden, and Perry are your top three. Then you got Devin Chase and Doug Ward. Right in the top five. Now, Jesse Erdman, Zachary Crabtree still sticking with it now. Impressively enough, Crabtree's out there with the least amount of wear on his tires. He's the tire whisperer. I kid you not, he's the tire whisperer. He's whispering the tires like, he's whispering to the tires, telling them, hey, don't burn up. Now, there's the Erdman. He's on fresh tires. Doug Ward might be on fresh tires. Of course, then you got Devin Chase, Brandon Perry, Ben Madden, and Tarcisio Carvalho out front. Don't know what's going to happen on this one, as Carvalho could face a penalty at the end of the night. Not 100% sure. It all depends on what the stewards deem on that one. But I'm going to take a brief commercial break by the network. So that way, take a little breather here. All right, we are back here once again. As we're sitting here watching some of this stuff here, you see the pit strategies play out. You know, you got 15-lap old tires in Carvalho, Madden, Perry, and Ward. Then Urban went in for the undercut, and Chase and Crabtree, I believe they just got out of the pits. So what happens next is going to be beyond me, as these drivers are still trying to figure out what they want to do for a pit strategy. When do you pit? When do you not pit? You got 21 laps to go. Obviously, we can go more than halfway up the race, and then before you make your pit stop, you're going to be better off. Some teams might elect to do a two-pit strat, which could help them if they don't lose a boatload of time. And it looks like on the pit box itself, we're looking at pit lap time and everything else. Seeing some crazy stuff happen. Madden's coming down pit road. Carvalho's going to keep the lead. Because I did think I see, yeah, he does. He's got Devin Chase in his sights. As Devin Chase is on fresh tires here, Carvalho might be considering a pit stop here along with Brandon Perry. Brandon Perry, of course, they're in the leaders-wise, they have the top 4 actually do not have any type of stop in, so they got to make a pit stop happen eventually. Now, Devin Chase and it looks like Ben Madden were wind up a lap down. Or no, Crabtree and Chase both a lap down. Carvalho, Perry, Doug Ward, and Jesse Ehrman are top 4. Ben Madden, of course, black flag on the pit stop. He is going to be in for a hold. Ben Madden with a critical mistake. Might have just cost him this one. As he is on a black flag hold in the pits. Very long time back in the pits. It looks like 3 guys might have actually had pit black flag holds in there. As pit time without the hold is 44.97. With the hold is 123s, 135s, 129. So hard to say. They might have cooked it a little bit too hard going to the pit lane or forgot about hitting that pit limiter. Just saying. As this one actually tends to be, this is coming down to the wire for pit strategy. Doug Ward coming down pit lane. It looks like he could be okay. This is a very long pit lane. Silverstone is one of the longest pit lanes in the season. It feels like you're driving around the entire track at an incredibly slow speed. So we're gonna see where Doug Ward doesn't look like he has a hold or anything. So. Pit times are a little bit slower here. By a little bit, I meant very little bit. Looks like without the hold or anything, it's about a 44 to 45. So that means 4 guys actually or 3 guys got the pit black flag in the pits. Carvalho and Brandon Perry are right there with Jesse Ehrman and Doug Ward. Now, these guys are going to have to cycle through eventually. When do you pit? They got 18 laps to go. There is no hurry. If the car is not broke, don't fix it. We actually go to the gyro cam on Carvalho. There's very little wear on those tires. No joke. There's very little. It seems like the tires actually wear a little bit better here. And when we go to Brandon Perry, you don't see any wires, nothing. So, but is he plan on getting some tires? Maybe. Meanwhile, Jesse Ehrman, Doug Ward, and Ben Madden with Devin Chase and Zachary Crabtree all have new tires. What's going to be the winning strat? We don't know, but I'm sure we're going to find out by the end of this one. Carvalho, of course, with a 13-second gap right now. So he does have to stay on it if he expects to win here tonight. This is a very, very, very tough race for these guys as the track temp is blistering. My wife Jenna is still in the booth, everybody, looking lovely as ever. She is making sure I'm very well hydrated here tonight. I think I don't know what kind of stuff she does. She's wild. She's like a little kid at times. But I can tell you these guys are finishing it up. Shout out to everybody watching. If you been around the network a few times, you'll know that I tend to have a lot of fun. And the drivers, I'm sure, do appreciate it, I think. It looks like Brandon Perry finally bringing it down pit road. Is he going to have a normal pit stop? Does not look like he is okay with no flag or nothing. He's still got to make it out of the pit, too. Now, keep in mind, there's a little cone at the end of the pit lane here. If you do not cross that cone and then go on the race surface, that's a penalty. So you have to be careful. It does look like Carvalho might have a pretty decent stop here. Now, interestingly enough, Brandon Perry did have a long extended pit stop. So he actually got held back a little bit. And that is kind of how it all kind of pans out here. So Carvalho, Erdman, Perry are top three. Then you got Ward and Madden. Now, remember, some of these guys had penalties or whatever. You got Devin Chase and Zachary Crabtree right there, too. All right, so now I'm back here. These guys are absolutely still flying here. I'm glad everybody's in the chat, though. If you want to support the stream, all you got to do is hit that sub button. Something just happened with Ben Madden hard into the wall. Oh, my, is Ben Madden. Let's go take a look at this one here. Go quarter speed. Something happened with Ben Madden. Madden coming around. Looks like I don't know where this was going to be at. So here's Ben Madden. Madden's going to be coming around. Does he get the corner or does he miss the exit? Looks like, oh my, loses the rear on the exit. Looks like he does lock it down. Then it just kind of drove itself into the wall, it looked like. Might have missed out on the gear. So Ben Madden is out of tonight's race now, as according to the time tower. Very interested to see what happens here. Devin Chase on a black flag hold. Oh my, Chase is off cracking into the wall. Zach Crabtree's in the pits for an extended pit stop. What did we just witness here? Devin Chase, Zachary Crabtree, Taylor Toller, and Ben Madden. Chase has got to get that thing back on the track. Essentially, he can really do well if he can get it back out of the track. The pit crew's got to be working on it like a madman. And they're probably sitting there going, dude, get the stuff, dude, get everything out of the pit stop, okay? Really big time. We need everything you've got. Bring me all the parts now. We got to go, 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 go. It's kind of like a military group just kind of be like, yo, move it, move it, move it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You know what I'm talking about. As pit crews are going to save this race for these guys. Carvalho's out in front. Erdman, Perry, Doug Ward are only 4 on track. 4 guys are in the pits right now. Chase is checked out. Zachary Crabtree has the chance. If Crabtree enters this track, he can essentially take over a position and get a top 5 here tonight. Come on, Zachary. Get that thing back out there, buddy. Go, 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 go. As he is in the pits for an extended pit stop and a black flag. Madden, Chase, Toller are out of tonight's race. So what a night of racing as this thing has got flipped on its lid here. Don't know exactly what happened, but let's go see if we can find out more about what happened to Devin Chase, actually. Let's go see if we can find out. So there's Chase. This is what happened to him. Oh my, he just absolutely obliterated the corner. I don't think he slowed down. I don't know what exactly happened to Chase. He missed the corner, might have thought he could take it at full speed. Don't know exactly what happened, but I can't speak for Chase at all. But yeah, you're late to this. It's Freeze 1570. I expected you a little bit sooner. My wife Jenna is being a little stinker. As just keeping me on my toes. I don't know whether or not to trust her. Carvalho, Erdman, Perry, Ward, 13 laps to go, and Carvalho, I don't believe, has pit. This is interesting. 23 laps in. And it does look like Zachary Crabtree enters the track. He's overtaken 5th place. So we will be top 5, of course, at the end of the night will be conducted in the interview as the 5 guys did enter the track. I can't argue that one. Madden, Chase, Toller, all out of tonight's race. Of course, it's danger zone for Carvalho. 13 laps in. And Erdman just went off track, which is allowing Brandon Perry to get a little bit closer, not much. But Carvalho has extended the gap to 47 seconds. He's got 13 laps to go. What do? You know what? I don't know. I don't know. You're in the lead. Do you keep it out? Do you not keep it out? You kind of keep it out. I'm kind of curious to see if he can go the distance he needs to with the tires. But at the same time, I know it is a rule where you do need to pit the car. So it's very interesting to see what happens. Now, when you go back and you look at Crabtree's 3 laps down, what do? You're in 5th place. Just hold the position. You'll be fine. Because the other 3 guys are out of tonight's race. So you won't gain a position that way. You can't lose any either. Yeah, Toller did leave early on this one. As it was really shocking to see. It will, of course, be reviewed at the end of the night. It looks like Crabtree's coming down pit lane once again. We don't know what's going on with Crabtree, but he's in the pits. Is he going to go in and out? He's got a black flag again. Crabtree's just stacking those black flags. I think he's going to start a small collection of them. So what is he going to have? He's going to have a collection of black flags. It's going to be a great collection. It looks like Carvalho, as long as he can get in and out quick, is going to be all right. Jesse Erdman, of course, is trying to catch up to that lead. There's lost a lot of time here, though, on that with an off track or two. And you can't lose that stuff. It costs you time. It costs you energy, everything. And it looks like Carvalho Carvalho did have a solid pit stop. He's in and out 45 seconds. He's back on and the game on. However, he could not really, he's got a very large gap between him and Erdman right now, as been kind of crazy here so far. Of course, Doug Ward started off swinging. He was started off great. Started in 5th place. He's up 1 spot. Zachary Crabtree started 7th. He's up 2 spots. Brandon Perry up. Oh no, Perry! He's saved it, I think. And Doug Ward's going to overtake the 3rd position. Perry just dropped himself out of the contention for the podium. Let's go take a look at this one, Brandon Perry. Let's go find out what happened to Perry. Let's see where he made a mistake at here. We'll criticize him in every chance we can. Looks like Perry, same old story. Comes around the turn, gives it too many groceries. There we go. Jesse Erdman, let's take a look at this. Jesse Erdman is probably the same deal. Gets on the throttle, around he goes. He's just going to have to whip it around. That's all you can do to get it back going. So these guys, obviously, 10 laps left to go. Carvalho's in the lead. As he is, looks like he's bringing home a dub. If he can get victory here. Keep in mind, there's also a little bit of race review after the deal, as this was a controversial finish. Hopefully he has better luck next time. Next week, of course, these guys are going to go to another amazing track as these guys travel to the American Grand Prix. That's right, Watkins Glen, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are gonna get to it. Then they go to Monza. They come back to the U.S. at Indianapolis. Then they got Brazil, Hockenheim, Imola. And they got Austria with the Red Bull Ring. Miami for the first time to the stream. Mugello and Spa. So a great season out of this. If you do like what you see and you want to see more of these guys, you want to get involved with them, you know what? I got a special deal for you. Go ahead. Hit that Discord link right there. It's posted by Brandon Smith 2789. And you too can race with these guys and some amazing stuff. Now keep in mind, they are not going to be doing these next season. They are going back to the W12. And they're going to bring some noise in a modern way for season 10. Or if you know the overall history of the league, season 20. Just saying, 20 seasons. They obviously know what they're doing. They're still kicking it. They started on the F1 games and then later evolved to iRacing. They're only using one model of car, I know, but you know what? That's what makes it very competitive. Zachary Crabtree, you know what? You're my boy, Zach. You want to know why? You have been, you're going the distance. You're giving it everything you got. You're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at it. Now, you know what? Here's the kitchen sink. Time for you to launch it. Just saying, you got to launch the kitchen sink if you want to wash some dishes. Even though I use a dishwasher, just saying. So Tarcisio Carvalho, 9 laps away from winning this thing. Erdman, Ward, Perry, Crabtree, our final 5 here tonight. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for this brief message from the Blackout Racing Network.
DJ, turn up the deck. DJ, turn up the deck. When I step in the place, better show my respect, cause I mash up the mic when I step on the set like yo. DJ, turn up the deck. DJ, turn up the deck. When I step in the place, better show my respect, cause I mash up the mic when I step on the set like yo. You ain't never heard nothing like this. You You ain't never felt nothing like this. You ain't never seen nothing like this. Don't bite up the trap, but still with a kiss. You ain't never had a vibe like this. When I grip on the mic like this, I'm getting so high, you become a flight risk. A flight risk. Turn it up! Turn up the deck. DJ, turn up the deck. When I step in the place, better show my respect, cause I mash up the mic when I step on the set like yo. DJ, turn up the deck. DJ, turn up the deck. When I step in the place, better show my respect, cause I mash up the mic when I step on the set like yo. DJ, turn up the deck. DJ, turn up the deck. When I step in the place, better show my respect, cause I mash up the mic when I step on the set like yo. DJ, turn up the deck. DJ, turn up the deck. When I step in the place, better show my respect, cause I mash up the mic when I step on the set like yo. You ain't never heard nothing like this. You ain't never felt nothing like this. You ain't never seen nothing like this. Don't bite up the trap, but still with a kiss. You ain't never had a vibe like this. When I grip on the mic like this, I'm getting so high, you become a flight risk. A flight risk. Turn it up!
Back here and check out the gyro cams itself. Man, those are some pretty cameras. You see just how fast this track is actually, just by sitting up here at the gyro. However, if you really want to see what they're going through, we're in the wrong camera. We got to be right here. This is exactly what Tucci is looking at right now. We see 17, 18, 17, 5, 17 and a half, 17,500 RPMs. That's right, I said 17,000, not 1,700, 17,000. So these things are absolutely screaming monsters when it comes to Formula One. Of course, Doug Ward sitting back there, he's looking at a podium finish as long as he can keep it on track. Brandon Perry's got to clean his visor. Oh, looked like he just cleaned it. He heard me and cleaned it up for me so I could see. See Crabtree, he's just kind of back here. He's just riding. He's just making sure he's staying on point. He's just got to dial it in. Of course, he's been hit with quite a few penalties here tonight that ordinarily we would not see too many, but you know, to avoid the penalties, you must, I do mean you must stay very calm, very collected. You can't really collect anything on this, so you have to stay on it every single race. And if those penalties add up, you factor in, you get a penalty, it's going to cost you, it could cost you 26 seconds, it could cost you 45 seconds, or 40 seconds, depending on what the penalty is. If you wind up getting a penalty for off tracks, it could be in a drive-through. So that's where these guys have to avoid those penalties, race it clean, and they will be absolutely okay. And some drivers that are really good at it is Carvalho. He's only had 6. Erdman at 14. Doug Ward, 3 off tracks. Brandon Perry, 6 off tracks. Zachary Crabtree, 13 off tracks, but I think that might be reset again. Not 100% sure, as I don't see that part of it. They're still screaming here with 5 laps to go. It's pretty well pending anything really drastic here. These guys are probably just hoping to get this thing rounded up and finished. As it's a long race. Talking a little over 3.5 miles around, 36 laps is going to be quite a bit. They're putting on some serious mileage tonight. And we've seen some ups and downs out of a few drivers. Carvalho obviously going to be a great race for him if he can pull off the dub, but at the same time, he's got a review at the end of the night with the incident with him and Taylor Toller. Jesse Erdman, Doug Ward, and Brandon Perry might be waiting to see how the review turns out, because some reviews can cost you positions, other reviews just racing incident, but stewards will decide that at the end of the night and make the best decision possible, as they always do here at Prime Grid Racing. Of course, the Wednesday night broadcast will be pushed back due to mine and my wife's 6th wedding anniversary. Yes, 6 years. I can hardly believe it. She tied me down for that long. Ow! Nah, just kidding. Me and my wife have been together 6 years. It's been wonderful. She's a peach, I swear, I think. But she's actually watching every one of the broadcasts, making sure I stay in line. Thursday night, Blackout Racing League is back, and that's right. They're coming back at it with an amazing race as they travel to, that's right, Daytona, Helping Heroes 250, coming to the Blackout Racing League and this network, as that is going to be an amazing race at Daytona. Just in time. Thank you for Purple Polar Bear. So I'll be doing a replay, possibly on Saturday, for that race at Naga. I'm sure none of you are going to want to miss at all as they throw down once again. As long as one of the drivers saves it for me, saves a replay, gets an email to me, bsmyth1999@gmail.com. Then I'll be able to get that. Yes, that's my real email. I'm not going to type it out, though, because I don't need a bunch of emails being emailed to me like what happened with a certain driver one time, where his father emailed me about his son and trying to get me to correct something. I don't know. This was a while ago, like 2-3 years ago. Since then, I've done a lot of streams, we'll say that. 3 laps left in here. But go to a brief get loud moment as we're going to just sit here and listen to the cars scream and take a brief break. All right, I am back. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's like Jesse Urban had another off track, which actually put Doug Ward actually within striking distance, as Doug Ward might actually be able, potentially in 2 laps, pick up that position from Jesse Urban, as long as Urban doesn't blow it. Keep in mind, these guys have been going a while. Of course, the guy with the freshest tires is Tarcisio Carvalho, with a commanding lead, 1 minute, 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. He came very well prepared. Jesse Urban Doug Ward and Brandon Perry kind of all just hanging out here. Terces Carvalho is getting closer yet. It's been a long and grueling night for these guys as they're just trying to finish at this point. Waiting to hear back from these guys as the top 5, of course, will be interviewed by me as the white flag flies here for Carvalho as he's going around for his final lap here. He's had a great night, ups and downs, of course, as we mentioned early on with the incident with Taylor Toller. 28 laps led, leads the race by 1 minute and 4 seconds. A blistering pace set by him. Now, of course, between Jesse Urban and Doug Ward, there's only 5 seconds, and between Ward and Perry, there's about 12 seconds. Of course, Zachary Crabtree is a whole lot of laps down at this point. He's 4 laps down, actually, due to some penalties. Carvalho, of course, is coming around some of the final few turns, going into the S's. The S is actually one of my favorite sections here, as you have to be. It is so technical. You wouldn't think it is. But when you're at 160 miles an hour going back, right, left, and making sure you're hitting the right gearing during each one of those turns, it gets extremely technical really quick. And if you are off by, I'd probably say, a meter, it is game over. Carvalho is going to cross the line, come down the final front stretch here, cross the line, champion here for the PGR British Grand Prix. Looks like Jesse Urban, then it will be Doug Ward, Brandon Perry, and Zach Crabtree, our top 5. Here comes the Erdman. Carvalho, of course, leaving it just parked there. Erdman's going to come across the line. Then we got Doug Ward going to come across with Brandon Perry. Going to do the same thing. He's going to come across along with Zachary Crabtree in that Phillips machine. So Tarcisio Carvalho, a champion here tonight, winning here. As drivers are just kind of getting around and trying to get to the final part of this. Here comes across the line, Jesse Erdman. He's going to bring it down in there. You got Doug Ward. He's going to bring it down too, along with Brandon Perry. Ward just gets it, goes ahead, gets it parked. There we go. There's Brandon Perry and Zachary Crabtree. Let's just go and hear from Zachary Crabtree. See how he feels here tonight. Zach. Oh, Zach. Hello.
Yes, I am here. Sorry, I was muted.
All right, Zach. Well, you just got 5th place here at Silverstone. How's this one feel after such a tough race for you, actually, with what looked to be black flags, if you wanted to confirm that one or not?
Yeah, I got caught speeding in the pits, exiting. As far as the entirety of the race goes, it was my first ever Formula League race. I'm pretty new to the whole iRacing thing, so I'm definitely grateful to these guys letting me join them and get the experience and the learning that I need to apply to my practice sessions so that I can get better. Just had a lot of issues, mainly in turn 2. Just coming through that little hairpin section, a lot of spin outs, a lot of loss of traction. I didn't have any accidents, so I will I'll take that as a win in my book. But yeah, I definitely have a lot to learn for the rest of the season and continuing on forward.
Well, you got 5th place here. Any shout outs you got to do for anybody that might be watching cheer you on here tonight?
If my buddy Tyler Meeks is watching, he's the one that got me into the sim racing world, getting a PC and into iRacing actually. So I've got a league race with them, NASCAR trucks tomorrow night. So shout out to him. Shout out to my buddy Ashan, who's been following me on my streaming journey, who's been helping me learn how to race better, get faster around the tracks and stuff. So shout out to him, and just shout out to God. I'm a believer in Christ, so I want to proclaim that to the world, and that's that.
All right, man. Well, thank you for that. Congrats here at Silverstone, and great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Looking forward to the rest of the season.
Thank you. That was Zachary Crabtree, and now we're going to go here from a 4th place finisher, Brandon Perry. Had a shot at the podium, but couldn't quite deliver. Let's hear from him. Brandon Perry.
What's up, Brandon Smith?
Man, you got a 4th place finish, top 5 once again. How do you feel about this one?
A little bittersweet. Definitely was, in a podium position, and, had a just a late mistake there that, unforced error that just cost me the podium. So, it's kind of bittersweet. Can't really celebrate a 4th or 5th place anymore. To be honest, you got to be, celebrating, podiums and up. So definitely a little bittersweet. Felt like I had the podium in there, but yeah, just I don't even know. I think it was lap like 26 or 27 coming out of the last chicane. The car just got loose and I could not stop it, but luckily I stopped it from hitting the wall. But yeah, just purged about 10 seconds there to Doug, and then could not make it up. My tires were too hot, so that was the end of my podium bid. But my first race this season, because sadly unfortunately I missed race 1 there at Barcelona, so this is my first race in this car. So I'll take the points, and we'll move on to Watkins Glen next week. I think Watkins Glen, first time in this car for everybody, I believe, next week, except anybody that gets a little bit of practice in. But it'll be the first race for I think all of us in this car at Watkins Glen next week. So should be interesting, so I'm looking forward to that. But like I said, yeah, a little bittersweet. It's good to be in the top 5 against this great field that we have out here. But like I said, a little bittersweet to have thrown away the podium.
All right, man. Well, congrats and great job. Any shout outs you got to do for anybody that might be watching, cheer you on in that number 21 machine?
Yeah, like I said, I'll save the big shout outs for the podiums and up from now on. But I'll still give a little shout out for these P4 and P5. So big shout out to the guys that raced tonight. Appreciate everybody for showing up. We've got to get a bigger grid here. I think we've got about 15 or 16 guys that could be showing up. So we got to get everybody to show up. But appreciate everyone for showing up tonight. And big shout out to Tarcisio for the win, and Jesse and Doug for the podium. And big shout out to you, Brandon Smith, for putting on a broadcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that. And I'll be down in a little bit for a review there, Perry.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you. So there's Brandon Perry. He's 4th place. You hear the disappointment in his voice. I don't blame him. And now let's hear from the Wildberry Kid, Doug Ward. Let's hear from him. Dougie boy.
Hey there.
You did it. You got the podium in a tough race. How's this one for you?
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't really feel like I drove my way up into 3rd. Like, I guess, I didn't really make any passes on track besides Perry, who had just, spun out. So there wasn't really a battle there. It just felt strange because I felt like I was driving bad the whole race. Especially that first half, it felt like I couldn't figure out the track or the car for the life of me. But then, I don't know, I guess second half, pit for new tires, getting clean air off the pit cycle, and just kind of figured it out and just started putting in good times and came up through the board till I was on the podium.
I would have to say the pit track kind of worked then.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Wasn't particularly complicated. I just kind of split the race in half. But
Well, you did it. You got on the podium once again here. Any shout outs you got to do for anybody that might be watching cheer you on in that number 07 machine?
you know, I'd like to shout out my mom and my grandma. They both watch these races for me. In fact, before even getting called up, I got a text from my grandmother congratulating me for the podium. So I'd like to shout out Brandon Perry for putting on this league, especially so soon after what's happened with his family. Glad that he's bouncing back and being strong. I'd like to thank you for putting on an incredible broadcast every week for us, and I'd also like to thank the Trevor Project for everything they do. And anyone at home, you can go donate to the Trevor Project.
All
It's
right.
an incredible cause.
All right, Dougie, thank you for that, and I'll get you out of here.
All right.
Thank you, and congrats.
Thank you.
So Doug Ward, getting big congrats here. Now let's hear from Jesse Urban getting in P2 here tonight in that number 45. Wrong one. There we go. Jesse. Oh, Jesse?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, what a night. He got on the podium. Second place here tonight. How do you feel?
Not too bad. It was kind of a little bit of a wacky race for me. I just couldn't seem to keep it straight, but you know, second place is a good finish for, you know, how I raced.
Yeah, you know, when you've seen the strat and everything kind of unfold, how did that work out in your favor? Do you feel like it worked out in your favor a little bit or kind of against you at all?
Well, I kind of had to pit early there because I had front wing damage, and I was just kind of trying to manage to, you know, get to a certain amount of laps there early before I, I really probably should have pit early and then pit again, but I don't know. It was, Torcicio was, you know, way too fast all night anyways, so I don't know. It was, ideally you would have probably split it in half.
All right, man. Well, you did a great job here tonight. You got second place. Any shout outs you got to do for anybody that might be watching, cheer you on?
Just, you know, shout out to all the boys that showed up. Shout out to Brandon Perry and all the admins, and then yourself for putting on a good stream.
All right, man. Well, thank you for that. I'll get you down to the guys. I'll be down in a little bit for review, but great job here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Jesse Erdman, the one-liner, giving some brief words. Now let's hear from tonight's champion, Tarcisio Carvalho, the madman out of Brazil. Let's hear from him. Tarcisio.
Hello, my friend.
Oh, you're a little bit quiet. Hold on. Let me turn you up a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you're still a little bit quiet. All right, there we go. So here tonight, you got one here at Silverstone. How is this one for you?
This one was a good race. This car is amazing to drive, this track as well. But unfortunately, there was an incident in the lap 4 with Taylor. I think I made some mistake, but except that, the race so far was fun to drive.
Yeah, and let's talk about that pace. How did you find so much pace here tonight? I mean, you were flying. It was on rails.
Oh yes, after the 15 laps, I was more concentrated. I don't know why. Then I was trying to make, how can I say, have constancy with the laps, because there was nobody in fight at that time. I think it was because of concentration in the last part of the race.
Oh, gotcha. So just a lot of concentration and consistency.
Yeah, I was trying. That was good.
All right, man. Well, you did it. Congratulations on that. Anybody you want to shout out to? Because I know you guys out of this country right now. Not in the States. Any friends or
yeah,
family you want to shout out from where you're at? Looks like Brazil.
Yeah, my wife and my kids, because they support me to race as well, right? So I give it to them.
All right, man. Well, thank you for that. I'm going to get you on out of here. I'll be down in a little bit for review, but great job here tonight, and congrats on winning the British Grand Prix.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you. That's Tarcisio Carvalho, everybody. Now, if you like what you see and want to see more of it, you know what? Hit that link in the description. Hit the sub button. Hit the like button. Also, if you want to link up with these guys, get involved with this style of racing, you know what? Here you go. Here's your chance. Hit that Discord link right there. Get involved. It does not bite very hard unless you want it to. And I'll be back again Thursday night for a little bit of Xfinity action right here on this very network. So don't catch you guys again. See you guys later. Have a good night.
All this time I've been so blind, running on an empty mind. I never say no. Looking for a quick release, wonder what they see in me. I know I'm going solo. All this time I've been so blind, running on an empty mind. I know